you're not always going to be perfect. Not everything that you see in your head will come to fruition. And when you have these high expectations for yourself, yes, I think it's a good thing. But also, if you don't reach them, does not mean you're a failure, does not mean that you're less than. That is something that I have had trouble with accepting with my own self, because I feel like when I fall short, I feel like I'm the worst human in the world, when I know in actuality I'm just human. So yes, I will fall short. I will not be perfect. I will never always make it to every high expectation I have. But I feel as though, like, when I mess up, I never get grace. I never get any leniency from others. But I understand that when other people mess up, they're only human. So it's okay. It doesn't mean like they're gonna always be perfect, but for some reason it just feels like the world always wants to beat down on me when I mess up. But granted, the way I see that is that just means that people just see me in a higher light. So I should take that as a compliment. Honestly, I should really take that as a compliment, and which I have, which I've been understanding, and I see myself in a higher light. Doesn't mean I'm better than anyone else. Let's get that straight. It does not mean I'm better than anyone else. It just means that people have respect for me. People see me as someone that can actually help them grow, maybe help them become that better version of themselves. So I see that as a compliment now. And other people's expectations of you shouldn't really have any power over you, because it's you that have to live with these actions. It's you that has to live with these consequences of how you move. And if you keep on living for everyone else, how are you ever going to get to a place where you actually have peace in your life, that you actually are building a life worth living? Probably not, because you're going to be living for everyone else. You're going to wake up one day and everything around you is nothing that's actually you, actually brings you passion, actually brings you joy. It's just going to be a life built of things, of other people's thoughts and opinions. And that sounds like a miserable life. To me, at least, it sounds like a miserable life. And I feel like as though we have to, I feel as though some of us think that we have to listen to these people, whether it's our aunt, our mom, our dad, our friends that have been in our life, all these people that helped us out throughout our journey, that we have to listen to them because they gave us so much help. But no, we don't. Yes, we could take their opinions, try to apply to our own life to see if it works for us. But just because they had helped you in the past, or they have this title in your life, doesn't mean that they have control of your life, does not mean they get to dictate what you do. You know what you want to accomplish in this life. You have the dreams and the goals that you stay up late thinking about and excited to accomplish. So you're the one that's going to be putting in the hard work, not them, not anyone else. Another hard thing to accept is when you create a person in this image, you put this person in this position, that's not who they really are. And most of the time you find out the hard way that this person that you've seen in your head, that you envision this future with, doesn't matter if it's a relationship, friendship, even like your family, that they are not really that. And it's hard to accept, because like, how can I let myself be fooled? How can I trick my own self into believing this person was this and this, when in actuality they aren't? What does that say about me? What does that mean? Am I not smart? Can I not really read people? Am I just confusing and just being delusional about everything in my life? And I'm here to tell you, no, these things happen. We're not always going to get it right. We're not always going to see the snakes in the grass, but once they get exposed, it's what you do after that. Are you going to start changing the way you move? Are you going to start changing how that relationship is? Sometimes you have to end that relationship because it's not suiting you. It's not fitting for the life that you want to build. But I know it hurts. I know the pain in your heart feels so strong that you can't overcome it, but I'm here to tell you, you can. This thing is happening in your life not to destroy you, not to try to remind you or prove to you that you're weak. It's here to remind you that you are strong. It's here to remind you that you are on a different path than those people. You're on a path of building that life that you want so bad, that you will bear the fruit of and be able to live passionately. Be able to live with joy and with peace in your life. And these things need to weed themselves out so you could obtain that. Because you're not meant for no ordinary life. You're not meant for some mundane, just go to work, go home, see your girl, see your friends, and just repeat it every day. No, you are built for more. You are meant for more. And once you realize these things that are falling out your life is actually a blessing, it's actually for you, it won't hurt, but it will get easier with time. It will get better with time. But during that time of the healing, of the getting better, you have to actually put the work in. You actually have to make the changes, because if you don't make the changes, guess what? You're going to keep on getting the same results that you got before. You're going to keep on having the same disappointments, having the same failures of friends and family letting you down if you do not change something, if you do not put up boundaries, if you do not hold yourself accountable. You have to start holding yourself accountable. You have to start showing up for yourself. Make a promise to yourself and actually keep it. Go to the gym. Eat better. These things are here to actually fuel you and add positivity to your life. You eating the junk food, you hanging out with the bad friends, you just binge watching Netflix all day. That's not bringing any real positivity to your life. That's not bringing any real change to your life. That's going to keep you stuck. And I don't want you to be stuck, because I know last year it kept me stuck. I was living a average life. All I do was go to work, hang out with friends, and occasionally go for a run. That's it. I wasn't trying to further my career. I wasn't posting my videos like I should have been. I wasn't trying to build a better version of myself. And I just was so out of it mentally last year. Like, I was myself, but like there was a lot of things that would come up where I would just have so much anxiety over. I would overthink about, I would stress about, and there were such trivial things where it's like I'm over here acting like it's the end of the world, but like all I did was forget to put the dishes in the dishwasher. That's just example. That's not a real example, just example. Like I was so miserable in that life. Yes, there was good moments last year, but I was so miserable in that life. And then finally, the breaking point was I had someone in my life that I thought was different, that I thought could have been in my life for, a long time, that actually I thought brought value to my life, but they weren't the person that I made inside my head. Once that kind of like fizzled out and ended, that really, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I look back and that was the point where everything changed. Now I'm living in blessings that I used to pray about, I used to journal about, loving my relationship with my friends. I met so many great, amazing new people that have brought me so much joy and just so much peace, and that I could just call whenever and I know they'll answer the phone and be there for me. And shout out to my boy, shout out to Chris for, he's getting married next year, and he asked me to be his groomsman. So that's one of the biggest honors that I've had so far in my life. And it's just, life has been just so much more peaceful. Has there been trials? Has there been tribulations? Of course, there always will be. But I've been able to navigate it way, way smoother since I started being myself again. But most importantly, that heartbreak happening grew my relationship with Christ. I am more closer to God than I ever been, and it is the most wonderful, just best, amazing feeling ever. And I just want to continue to grow it. I want to continue getting closer with him. I know I'll never be perfect, but I know I can be better than the day before. And I just thank God for it all, because without God, without Jesus in my life, I don't even know what I would be. I can't even put it into words. I would just be like a little pebble on the sand shore getting stepped on every day. I know I don't know if that analogy was good. Thank God every day. I thank Jesus every day, because without him, I would be nothing. Start accepting people for who they are, not what they could be, not because they have this title, just truly who they are. And remember, just because they do have this title in your life, whether it's a friend, an auntie, an uncle, a mom, whatever, it does not mean they're going to act the way that title is. Just because they're your friend does not mean they're going to always support you in everything. Just because they're your auntie or cousin does not mean they're going to promote your business. Does not mean they're going to show up for your new event. Just because they have this title does not mean they're going to do it. And sadly, it sucks. It sucks. You think family should show up for you. You think your friends should show up for you. But they're going to do whatever they want to do. And don't take offense to that. You just have to move accordingly. Because that is their life. That's their life to live. If they want to miss out on you, if they want to miss out on your greatness, on the love that you spread, let them. Let them miss out. Because that is not in your control. All you need to worry about is yourself, your daily actions, and what you feed yourself. And then the rest, you just let go. You let them. You can't live your life trying to control everything. You trying to control everything is just bringing more misery to your life. It's bringing more pain, more anxiety, more depression to your life.